Now, my talk today is about STIs, and I decided to title it Lovebugs to try and address some of the stigma that we attach to sexually transmitted infections. Now, I thought I should start by defining what is a sexually transmitted infection. Like, we get blasted with it all the time with the terms, and yet we don't actually get an explanation. So an STI is any infection that is transmitted through any form of sexual contact. It can be bacterial, viral, or animal-based. And now, for me as a microbiologist, we view these infections in the same way that we'd view a cold or a flu or any other type of infection that you can get. But in society, we don't view it quite the same way. There's kind of a stigma towards STIs, and it's kind of unwarranted, really, in this day and age. Maybe 50, 60, 100 years ago, say, we did not have the technology, the medicines that we have today that allow us to deal with these bacteria, with these viruses. And it's not a death sentence anymore. Like, the fear used to be warranted, but now they're just like any other disease, and we can cure them fairly easily. For example, syphilis. Our medical practices, as I said, have improved vastly, but our society has not yet quite caught up. 50, 60 years ago, yes, it was a death sentence. Now we're all good. If you get gonorrhea, syphilis, chlamydia, anything like that, one antibiotic course treatment and you're grand. I think that the reason we haven't caught up as a society is due to our attitude towards sex in general. We don't really talk about sex. It's not dinner table conversation. You don't talk about it with the in-laws. It's not the done thing. Why this happens is a different debate. It's a different argument. It could be rooted in our old religious beliefs. It could be just general shame involved in having sex, because some people view it as kind of an icky act. Now, the main thing that came across to me, and the thing that surprised me the most when I did my research for this talk, was the fear that was involved with going to get testing. There was thousands of posts on boards and comments and forums all across the internet of people who were too scared to go and get tested, because what if they had something? So don't bury your head in the sand. If we find out that there's a problem, we can deal with it. That's what we're there for. We can deal with it. One course of antibiotics, you're grand with most things. Now, there are other diseases that are a bit worse, and you don't want to have to make the call to someone that you've been with before to say, you know what, you have to get checked. I think that I may have something. That's not what you want to do. It's a lot less embarrassing to go for a test and to come to see a professional who deals with this all the time. And why should I go for a test? Like, I don't have any symptoms. There's nothing wrong with me. A lot of STIs don't actually have any symptoms until it's too late. Gonorrhea, for example, is asymptomatic in most people that it infects, but you can be spreading it. It can be carrying out terrible damage to your reproductive organs and you don't even know it. Human papillomavirus as well. It doesn't really cause many problems for men. It can cause genital warts, but in women it can cause cervical cancer. And we could be walking around spreading this disease to hundreds of women and not know, well, if we're lucky. We all have a responsibility to ourselves and to everyone who we sleep with at the end of the day to get ourselves checked. I mean, it's your body, it's your sexual health, it's your attitude, and they're your people, and you should love them, you know? So you want to make sure that they're healthy and that you're healthy for yourself and for their well-being. And now, if you do get a positive test, if you come back, these bugs, they don't differentiate between kings and prostitutes, between someone who slept with one person and someone who slept with 100 people. They just happen. They've been around since the dawn of time, and they do what they do quite well. Now, in regards to testing, if you want to go get a test, you can get them done for free anywhere in Ireland, basically. In Dublin, you can go into St. James's Hospital. It takes 30 minutes. It's free. Take a swab, blood test, and that's about it. So don't be afraid to go in and get these results, because you could turn a problem that's not really a problem at all into something a lot greater just by ignoring it, just by sticking your head in the sand, just by not acknowledging it. Just come to us. We're there. We're ready. We're waiting to help. Again, if you do get a positive result, and if something does come out, if you have even the worst possible outcome, HIV, we've developed our medicine, we've developed our antiretroviral therapies to such an extent that people who have HIV, they have brilliant standards of life, they have really high quality of life. We, as medical and scientists, we got into our course as our fields not to make money. Well, I didn't anyway, or I would have done something better. But we got in to help people. We got in because we want to make the world a better place. So come to us. But don't let this talk, what I've been saying to you, influence your attitudes towards sex. Sex is fun. Sex is okay. I'm sure many of you will have sex here tonight. So good luck with that. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you, the Science Gallery, for having me. Good luck and enjoy.